The battles, the stories, the losses, and all the glory.
We're changed by the way we live every day. Just look up and reach to the sky.
We all have the courage to fly. You can fly. You can fly. You can fly.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the ImagineEars Disney podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and co-host, Susie. Hey, Susie, happy weekend to you. I know this is kind of out of the ordinary.
It is. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope you get to relax tomorrow.
Yes, I'll do my best. And while we're mentioning it, happy Memorial Day to all of our military families, especially the ones who have, paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. So we appreciate you. We're thinking about you today and tomorrow, and that's what this weekend is about. It's not about what's the best special at the store, or how you can save the most money doing vacation or whatever. That's not what it's about. It is about the sacrifice that all of our military servicemen and servicewomen make each and every day for us. So thank you. All right.
Very well said.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a minute. May has been crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Graduations, high school graduations, college graduations, pre-K graduations. So.
And you have to help run all of that kind of stuff. And my side, this is the first episode in my new house. This is my office currently. It will not always remain an office. Maybe some details about that for our patrons. So I moved. I have a renter for my other house. So they move in on the 1st. I got engaged at the beginning of May. And so wedding planning is in full swing. We're almost done with all the major things. I think I just got to send a deposit to the DJ and I'm essentially done with the big stuff, but ready for hopefully a relaxing summer, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. It's been busy so far. So, but yeah, it's a holiday weekend. After this weekend is over, I don't know about you, we're hit the ground running, especially it's going to be a very busy week for Disney information. So like we said on the last episode, May 31st is when 2024 packages release
Yep.
for Disney World vacation packages. So resort and ticket pricing opens up on the 31st. I've already had some people reach out. They are on our priority list with their potential dates. So if you are considering taking a vacation in 2024 to Disney, really anytime, doesn't matter what time, between now and through the end of 2024, we would be more than happy to take care of you. Once again, our information is ImagineEarsPodcast@gmail.com. That's the best way to reach both of us so we can attend to your travel plans. Happy to do that for you. But as we are prepping for 2024, there still is time to plan for, especially this summer.
Yes.
And
Oh my goodness.
honestly, this summer is maybe the best time in a long time to visit Disney and save the most money.
Yeah, this is insane, especially I mean, Florida residents are in for a crazy treat. I don't know how else to describe it. This is like the lowest, like, when you take the price of these different ticket packages and you averages out like per day, it's, I mean, we haven't seen prices like this in years, like a
I
decade
am
maybe.
unaware of any. Well, so Florida residents occasionally they'll get a bone thrown to us, and we'll have some specials. Typically in the spring, they've done it in the fall as well, but
Yeah.
like never for the summer.
The summer.
Summer is very strange. So honestly, what this means is Disney's having problems filling those dates with the resorts and the
Yeah.
parks. So
Yeah.
this means they're trying to get people to come, and they're enticing you with these pricing options. So going to briefly go over those. By the way, Taylor says congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Taylor. So sweet.
All right, so I'm going to start with Florida residents first because the same ticket deal is happening for both Florida residents and non-Florida residents. So I'm starting with Florida residents first. Bear with me as I pull over this information because I want it to be accurate. Okay. So 3-day ticket for Florida residents is $209 plus tax. So that's $70 per day plus tax. 4-day park ticket is $229 plus tax, which equals out to $58 per day plus tax.
Yes, but for these dates, so during the summer specifically, so May 16th through September 29th, with certain blackout dates. So this weekend for Memorial Day, obviously, 4th of July, and then Labor Day weekend. So, or sorry, 4th of July is July 1st through July 4th. So that weekend. And then Labor Day weekend, September 1st through September 4th. But other than that, going
Wide
to
open.
Disney for 4 days in June, July, August, and September for $230 for a Florida resident is unreal. I mean, that's, for a family of 4, that's less than $1,000 for tickets for 4 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And of course, there are add-ons. If you want to add on Park Hopper, you can. If you want to add on the water park, you can. Or
Yep.
if you want to add on both, you can.
Yeah. Park Hopper is $40 per ticket plus tax. And water parks are $35 additionally for the ticket.
Can I just
tax.
go ahead and say, especially if you're looking to go during the summer, Florida residents, like, yeah, it may be hot, but like the water parks are great, really. Like for $35, go to Blizzard. No, Typhoon Lagoon's the only one back open right now for $35. I looked.
Blizzard? Yeah, Blizzard's still
No, I looked recently. Someone asked because I got excited again. I was like, "Is it? Is it?"
soon,
No.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
So yes, so there's your single park ticket price, and then we gave you the park hopper. So there's the park hopper option, there's the water park option, and then if you want the park hopper plus, which is the water parks and the sports and park hoppers option. So everything all combined, instead of $40 additionally for the park hopper, $35 for the water park, you can get both of them for $55 extra per ticket. So not a bad deal, Florida residents.
No, it's
a
not,
bad
guys.
deal. I know that's a lot of numbers. We'd be happy to walk you through it. We'll give you accurate pricing for whenever you want to come. So now,
Yes.
going over to the details for our non-Florida resident friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so offer details. So 4-day, 4-park ticket. So the way that this works is you have access to each of the parks one time. So you can't do 4 Magic Kingdom days.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do 2 Magic Kingdom days and an Epcot and a Hollywood Studios. It has to be 1 Magic Kingdom day, 1 Epcot day, 1 Hollywood Studios day, 1 Animal Kingdom day. So them's the rules. So same blockout dates. You are good June 1st through September 29th. That's how long it's good for. Blockout dates of July 1st through July 4th, and then September 1st through September 4th. Tickets do expire within 7 days of first use on these.
Yeah.
So you do have some wiggle room for the 4 days, so you can have your break days, which of course we always recommend for your trips. But you have 7 days to use the tickets once they have been activated. These tickets also do not require theme park reservations. So that is also a plus. So just remember, once you use your Magic Kingdom day, that's it for Magic Kingdom. You got to move on to the next park. Trying to think if there's anything else that was important on there.
I
think that's
mean, yeah, just looking there, there are of course summer offers for discounts for Florida residents, pass holders, things like that, but they are based on availability.
Yep.
And I was quoting something recently, and there's not a ton of availability left, but you just never know for your dates. Of course, there's going to be a couple of different, depending on when you're wanting to go, different combinations of things. But Matt's right. This is a lot of numbers. Just contact us, shoot us an email. We'll get your specific stuff. And honestly, like non-Florida residents, if you want to make like a week-long trip to Disney and combine it with Universal with this price and with what Universal does with their ticket prices, this is the summer to do it. It'll be busy. It's the summer, let's be honest. But for the price, I definitely think the value is there. So
sure.
Shoot us an email and we'd love to get you guys a custom, no obligation quote.
And I didn't give the pricing on this ticket. So the 4-day ticket.
Oh, that's right.
Non-Florida residents, it's $99 a day plus tax. So it's $396 plus tax. That is what you're looking at. So just a little over $400.
Bad. I mean, even if that were a Florida resident ticket, I'd say that's not bad. So for non-Florida resident tickets, I think it's pretty good.
So I'll give you an example. So the other day, now it was a park hopper, but it was a single day park hopper. For Epcot, it was over $200 plus tax. So you are saving a substantial amount of money on this ticket sale. So yeah, again, we would love to price out those dates for you. Just shoot us an email and let us know what you'd like, or message us on social media. That also works well. So
awesome. Well, we got some stuff we need to catch up on. Some big Disney news. And then this weekend, Matt and I both independently saw The Little Mermaid. And so we want to give like a spoiler-free review of that. But we are maybe a week behind some major Disney news that we have to cover. And yeah. You want to break it, Matt, since you're the only one of the two of us who will have ever get to experience this now going extinct experience?
We bid a very fond and sad farewell to Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. Who could have seen it? Who could have imagined that it wouldn't have worked?
A year ago, I would have been shocked. But the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 months have been pretty clear that it's struggled.
When they started canceling dates because they weren't full, I was like, "Uh-oh, this isn't good."
Well, and
Uh,
I'll defend our original thoughts on it. It's a unique luxury look. Maybe luxury is not the right word. Unique, is high end. I don't know what you call it.
I,
Experience, and
I
it comes with a price tag. And I
very
don't have a
hefty one.
problem with things that are so unique being like I don't have problems with things that justify the cost. I think I don't the cost I think kind of obviously was a huge factor. But from what I've heard, this is also just not something for everyone, even if you can't afford it. The you've done it, Matt. So you know it takes a special kind of person, more so than just a regular Star Wars fan with some money burning in their pocket to do this thing.
Sure, and I mean, I kind of agree with that, but uh, the problem is, I think it was difficult to be able to market this and describe exactly what it was
Fair.
because it was so unique.
Yeah.
Uh, the experience itself. So I'm just gonna flat out say, like, as far as an experience goes, this was a success. I strongly believe it is one of the greatest things that Disney has ever done, produced for parks and resorts. The experience is phenomenal. If you have done Savi's lightsaber workshop, or even if you've done Hoop-Dee-Doo, you have this high caliber of actors and actresses
Mhm.
who are there. Like, it is an experience. It was an experience. Um, and yes, the more you kind of get yourself into it, the more you're going to get out of it. However,
Sure.
I mean, even I was with some people who didn't want to do everything, and they still had a great time. Like, the the entertainment value was there. Like, incredible acting. Um, the food was good. The accommodations were, but that's not what it was about. It was about the experience.
Yeah.
Um, but it was a very high level of just detail, and it really was great. Like, there are things that I will take away from it, and like, never forget. And I'll eventually post the video with the special room, but
Mm.
I'm still waiting for the people. Maybe I will do it soon, because I feel like most people who have booked now are actually returning guests that have filled up, because it's sold out. So this thing goes extinct at the end of September,
September.
and they're full up now, unless some rooms drop. But I mean, it's done. So, but there's an experience, and I think we briefly talked about it, but I haven't showed the video because I've not wanted to spoil that for anyone. So
Fair, but there's a huge portion of the population who will now never be able to do it, and that's me.
right.
I'm not going, and quite frankly, it is money. I don't want to spend that amount of money on. And again,
And
I'm the one who will defend something like this. I understand why there is a price tag like there was, but the timing of it was also horrible because it came at the tail end of the pandemic after people struggled for almost 3 years. The economy's in shambles. Then you've got people marketing like a $6,000 Star Wars hotel, which is not what it is. It is a completely immersive experience, and I think you're right. Marketing it cheapened what it was.
yeah, uh, and then it really does boil down to money. It was overpriced for what it was, and that I that's what its downfall was. I think for maybe the first time ever in the history of Disney parks and resorts, Disneyland, Disney World. I could be wrong, but for
Mhm.
decades, Disney has been able to charge whatever they
Whatever
want,
they want. Yeah.
whenever they want, for whatever they want. And
People pay it
people
up until
have paid
now.
it up until now. They said no. So
It's fair. The market has spoken. We may not be ready for something like this, especially at that price point. But I think the idea, and I do congratulate Disney on taking, obviously it was a huge risk, but taking the risk to do something like this and giving their cast members a platform to do something unique and get to create something, well, from what I've seen, amazing. So I don't know what the future of these kinds of experiences looks like. Maybe even outside of Disney, maybe something like non-IP, where you get to go and like create your own character, some kind. I mean, there's LARPing, there's Renaissance fairs, there's all kinds of things like
sure.
that. But take it to, I don't know what happens with this kind of thing. But I am sad, but I'm also not surprised. And I'm not heartbroken that I'm not going to do it.
So
which-
I had conversations with people over the past few days. And the big question is, well, what do they do with the space?
yeah.
What do you think, Susie? What do you think is going to happen? And then I'll give my thoughts.
I actually don't know. I I I don't know because the footprint isn't very large. So it's not. Maybe there is an option for some kind of like expansion for Galaxy's Edge. Maybe there's some kind of more like signature dine. I know that now we're like replacing something expensive with something expensive, but I don't know because it's not terribly large. What do you think? I couldn't really figure it out.
So here are my thoughts. And it does not look good for the outcome of the space. So there is a reason why they are closing this down at the end of September and not, the end of the year. So September 28th is the last sailing.
Mm-hmm.
Sailing, voyage, whatever, for Starcruiser. It's the last date. So it's a 2-day experience. So 28th, 29th, check out on the 30th. Boom, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is because October 1st is the start of Disney's fiscal year. So they are taking it as a loss for this year.
Right. They don't want to carry it into the 2023 year.
Correct.
That's fair.
So it is a $300 million loss.
So it won't be anything.
So it won't be any because
for a while.
I'm not. I do not claim to be all knowing when it comes to tax law and what you can do with things after you claim them as a loss. But I don't know if you can do much. So I think it'll sit empty and then eventually maybe get bulldozed.
That's probably accurate.
But
how depressing is that?
It is kind of
that's so upsetting.
But I mean, let's look at the space real quick, and then we will move on to our main topic of discussion. We'll close this store on Starcruiser. Maybe bring it up again at the very tail end of its run, but one
in
parting in memoriam. So yes, the space itself is very small. So it's 100 rooms. And, the question is asked, can you make this a hotel? No. Because it's missing things that a standard hotel resort would have amenity-wise. So, there's not that many rooms. Now there is an expansion pad, but again, they're not doing anything with that. There's 100 rooms. There is no pool.
Right.
There's also no parking lot.
Right.
So, because everyone who stayed at Starcruiser, it was valet. Because there's no place to park your car. They take your car and go park it over in the employee parking lot of Hollywood Studios. That's where your car went. So that's a problem. There are just too many logistical things that it doesn't work. And like the space itself, the restaurant is great, but what do you do with the bridge? What do you do with the engine room?
It's all
What do you do with the
deeply
lightsaber?
themed. Yeah,
It's
you're basically
just,
taking it down anyway. If you were to change it to something, you might as well just bulldoze it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So sad times.
R.I.P.
There, Susie. So
All
let this
right.
be a lesson learned.
You know what? There's another lesson that I have learned, and it's to stop giving opinions about movies until I see them.
Oh,
Oh, who is she? What kind of
man.
character development is this? Let's talk about The Little Mermaid.
Let's talk about The Little Mermaid. So you saw it when?
Thursday
Friday?
night.
Thursday. Oh, wow. Like
Yeah.
the soft opened.
Well, yeah, I mean, I went with a big group. We had a good time.
I saw it
Teenagers
yesterday.
really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday with the wife and child. So everyone was pleased. And
I'm
I'm
so
gonna say
irritated.
this. I'm gonna say this. I hate how much I enjoyed it.
I know.
And what I mean when I say that is they are going to take its enormous success, which I think is clear is going to happen. I mean, huge opening weekend, and you still have the holiday tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's tracking, I think, between 130 and 170 million. Very strong Memorial Day weekend for sure. So this clearly has resonated with people, and we will give our thoughts and what we loved about it. But man, I'm just so done with these live action.
Thank you. It doesn't matter how good this one is. I stand by. I have live action exhaustion because for every 5 or 6 of them they make, one is bearable. No, one is mediocre. And honestly, like The Little Mermaid is pretty good. It's probably the best one they've done in. Hey, leave that alone. Sorry, my dog is cranky.
You're good. I agree with Susie. I think that this is probably the best one. And maybe I'll ask Susie when she gets back from taking care of her dog. Where does this rank for her in the pantheon of live action movies, but remakes?
So yeah, non-spoiler. What did
Welcome
you? Back. Oh, thank you. I tried to discreetly come back here.
So I kind of pitched the question: where does this fall in the list of live action remakes for Disney?
Top 5.
I would agree.
Top 5.
So I think The Jungle Book is still probably for me maybe the best one.
I think so too, and
they're kind of.
It's strange because what I liked least about The Little Mermaid and The Lion King, I think Jungle Book somehow still got right.
Oh yeah,
the animals. I don't know, yeah. But yeah, I liked Jungle Book a lot.
Jungle Book, I think, Cinderella, even going back
so
a while
good.
now, very, very good. A lot of people really liked Aladdin.
I didn't hate Aladdin. Aladdin was so close to being really good for me. I just wish, I don't know, I needed more from Will Smith. And for me, Beauty and the Beast was close to being really, really good. I just needed more from Emma Watson.
Maybe a little less auto-tuned. Sorry.
Less of that, yeah. Sorry. But in Little Mermaid, Halle Bailey is so good.
I think
she's very talented. Yes.
Not a whole lot of weak links here.
No,
in this
not
one.
Acting wise. No, not at all.
I did have one minor critique.
Okay.
So acting was great. Music was great. Loved all the music. You have your classics done so well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had some new ones, which also were pretty good too. Now, I will say that Eric's song, I love the song. Maybe acting wise, and this is just one of my small critiques. acting wise, maybe a little overacting a
Yeah.
little bit. It felt like Agony from Into the Woods.
Or
So
Bet on It from High School Musical 2, for
yeah,
those who know that. No, I definitely agree. And going off of that, I think my weakest things, there were really two. One, I didn't really like it. I don't feel like any of the new songs added anything, even Eric's. I feel like they just kind of disrupt the flow a little bit. And the the animals, especially for like Under the Sea, it just because they're real looking animals. And maybe that's because this is why Jungle Book was so good, because there's like one kind of song in it, so it doesn't feel silly. They feel like animals, but it Under the Sea fell flat for me. Anything that involved an animated live action animal just still feels weird to me. So everything above the sea, fantastic. Everything under the sea, visually, it's just not my favorite. But, that is what it is. They're
and
going to keep doing
honestly,
this.
because I agree, and one of the biggest critiques over the past several movies, especially Lion King, it's hard to get those emotions out of animals.
Mhm.
So honestly, with Under the Sea, if you go back to the animated version, you have cartoonish looking creatures all over the place
Doing cartoonish things,
doing
by the way,
cartoonish
too.
things. It's
And
just a fun
so
song.
it makes sense.
I don't think that I think there would have been more criticism had they done it true to the animated movie with all of the fish.
Oh, it would have looked
It would have
ridiculous.
looked very strange. And also, maybe it was a budgetary thing. Maybe they did not have the VFX budget to create all of those things for that particular song.
Possible.
So, but I was pleased with the direction that they went with it. I think it was fine. I actually really so again, we talked about Howling, just how great she was. Sebastian, maybe my favorite character performance
It's
in the
actually
entire movie.
This is so funny because one of the people I went and saw the movie with is from a like Caribbean country, and they were just really annoyed because they're like, "Oh, his accent is blah 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 blah," which I thought was hilarious. Um, but his dialogue was amazing. He
Dialogue
was
was amazing.
hysterical.
The comedic relief, like where he kissed the girl, like where he comes out from underneath the hat. I'm like this.
It's
like,
adorable.
We Beck and I were laughing pretty hard about that. So there were just a lot of really great moments with Sebastian. Again, not going into too detail, but he is a highlight of the movie for me. I Flounder was fine. I mean, whatever.
Flounder, whatever.
I liked Aquafina as Scuttle. I enjoyed it. Okay, and I know you're about to disagree with me. So, I also loved her song, if you can call it a song, her rap. However, I didn't think the placement of
Thank
the
you.
song was maybe the best thing. So
You hit it on the nose.
You kind of have this, you're leading into a very serious moment. And again, I'm not trying to
people have seen the Little Mermaid. It's when Scuttle knows that Ursula is, or Vanessa is Ursula.
Right. So
pivotal thing. So instead of communicating that information, let's rap for a minute and a half. And I'm sorry, I'm a little tired of it because at this point, you could put it into an AI generator and make a Lin-Manuel Miranda rap. They are so identifiable. And I get it, it's his style, but it's just we just stopped for a Lin-Manuel Miranda song, and then the plot picks up again. It's just kind of
takes you out. It takes
what
you out
was
a little
this?
bit.
Yeah.
And we'll save this for maybe a Patreon spoiler, but the climax of the movie felt strange to me. I'm just no.
Oh, the thing at the end with the thing?
Okay. With the thing? Yeah.
I don't care, but I understand why people have an issue with it. because it does kind of cheapen something else.
Right.
Which goes back to, and we'll talk about this on Patreon, I really don't feel like the changes. So the one change they made, I was just like, are you kidding me? Everything else was kind of like, it's
It's
not a
very
big
minor.
deal.
It's not a big
It's
deal.
really not.
It's
And I was expecting it to be worse because I know people want to like get all up in arms about some things from The Little Mermaid. By the way, Ariel did not give her voice just for a prince. Even in the animated, Ariel sings Part of Your World, and she's got this whole treasure cove of stuff. She wants to be a human. She wants to explore that world. She wants to see new things and have new experiences. Oh, and there's a prince who is kind of cute. He is an addition. And so that's why I feel like people need to like give the original a little break. But yeah, again, I'm irritated that I enjoyed it. I leaned over during the movie. I was like, I'm so mad because it's actually good, and I hate eating my words.
No, it was really enjoyable. Like we had a great time. It was a solid live action adaptation of a Disney classic.
It
And
was.
folks who haven't seen it yet, keep your eyes peeled for a nice cameo by one Jodie Benson. So
Very heartwarming scene.
very much so.
But
Love it.
um,
So out of 10, what do you give it?
an 8. Really?
Yeah. I'm like
really
8.5.
do.
8.5.
The things that I didn't like, I already knew I knew what the animals were gonna look like. And as long as they keep making these live action remakes, it's going to be like that. We're not getting away from it. The acting, music, for the most part, especially the originals, story, visuals, it is good. Again, there's a few like quick little moments with new songs that kind of throw off the pacing, but overall, it's really good.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I'll be on the Disney Wish here in a couple weeks, and I'm sure we will go see it again. So
Yes,
the
because
Walt
someone's
Disney
daughter is in a huge mermaid phase.
Oh yes, very much so.
So cute. Also, like she is just such a hoot. When we saw her, I have to tell everyone this because it's so cute. Matt stopped by I don't know, a couple weeks ago to pick something up. I bought him something when we were in Disney. I was like, hey, do you want this kind of shirt? And he's like, yeah. As he came to pick it up, and he had his daughter with him after school, and we got to talking, and she's like, hey, where's your ring? Because I didn't have my engagement ring on. Let me see your ring. She was just like, we're in the middle of a conversation. I was asking her about something, exciting going on in her life, and she's just like, I want to see your ring. Because I didn't have it on at the time because I don't wear it around the house. I had to go get it. She's just so cute. I would love to watch The Little Mermaid with Evie. I think that would elevate it to like a 10 for me.
Look, Disney Wish here, June 12th.
I can't. I have plans right around that time.
Yes.
Someone has to go buy a certain dress.
Oh.
So
Okay. All right.
Getting real.
Big day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I think movie was great. Now stop making these. Doing these.
Well, we know at least, we got Snow White coming.
Snow White, Moana.
Oh, I'm so irritated with that, but whatever. For right now, I will bask in the fact that I was wrong about something. I will enjoy being wrong for once.
Now, if they wanted to go make Atlantis the Lost Empire, and then that's it, then it'd just be done.
Yeah, and there's no like talking animals in that one, so it'll be more believable.
Yeah,
no more talking animals.
All right. Well,
Memorial
nice chat,
Day.
Susie.
Yeah, this is fun, and I don't know. Look forward to doing it again. Obviously,
sometime
we
soon.
do
Next week. Yeah.
Same time soon.
Again,
Well, not same time. Or
crazy
same place.
stuff going on this week. That's why we're recording today. So hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, you can find us. We are on all your favorite podcast platforms, wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. You can find us by searching for the ImagineEars Disney podcast. Leave us a rating, leave us a review, tell us what you love about the show, and leave us some show suggestions. We will gladly take those into consideration. So, got a fun summer planned ahead. And again, if you are looking to come to Disney World, this summer is the time to do it, not just for tickets, we didn't even mention the resort discounts that are out. So I think up to 25, 30% on some resorts. Crazy. So get
Now's
your
the
quote.
time.
Get your quote by contacting us. And so yeah. But hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we look forward to coming at you with the next episode. But until then, friends, remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.